Right, we're rolling.
Right everybody, it's day 2 of the Practical Classics Restoration Show. I'm here with Bramble behind me. It's 9 o'clock in the morning on the 19th of March. And yeah, this is going to be a busy day today because all the YouTube and Patreon fans of Pete's are going to be here. So I'm going to do a bit of filming now of the cars before the public get late. Because the queue's massive already. You know, it's like an hour to go. And yeah, I'll be back later on. I might even interview some of these YouTube and Patreon fans for you. See you in a bit.
Good.
Right, well, apparently the show opens at 9 o'clock, I've just been told, so I better get some filming done before it gets really busy. So obviously there's Bramble. This is a Barnfinds Revisited section, so this is where the incomplete or pre-restoration projects were featured at previous shows, like as Bramble was in 2017, and now this is the finished articles. Doesn't that Capri look nice in black? Isn't that lovely? It's got the gold stripes on it, the S model. Really like these cars. I think the Mark II is my favourite out of the Capris. It's got the nice stripe pattern seats in as well. So nice. And this was covered up yesterday, so now I can see it in all its glory. The Nissan Chevy Aura, or the Alfa Romeo Arna, as it was also badged as, joint venture between Alfa Romeo and Nissan. And this is a Hillman Minx, California. And that was in a sorry state prior to restoration, but it looks great now. Really like the sort of custard yellow and burgundy combo on it. And then we've got Trav Tr6. It looks silver, doesn't it? But if you go closer to it, you can see it's actually just the bare metal that's been lacquered. So it's quite interesting finish. You can see a bit of the patina on the bottom of the doors and the sills. Yeah, so an interesting finish of the car, a bit different. Now this is a section, I think this is a Practical Classics, people who work for Practical Classics, they're like project cars. And this one is, yeah, this is the car that wasn't sold in this country. It's yeah, don't recognise that. It is, what is it? 2003 IZH 2126. I think it's a, yeah, it's a Russian car. It's obviously a popular car over there, but we never got this. It's quite a new car for this show. It's a 52 plate. Although like that's nearly 20 years old now. It will be later on this year. And then there's this one, which is this nice Citroen DS. Also it's suspension right down at the minute. So it's very low. This is, yeah, that's a staff car as well. And then there's this one, a Tatra T97. This is a car from the Czech Republic, and as you can see, there's no engine in there. So it's obviously rear engined, which is accessed by that large hinged cover. And there you go. It's, yeah, it's similar to a Beetle, and it's in the back of the car. And then we've got the old classic car show favourite, the Morris Minor. It wouldn't be a classic car show without some of these, it's it. Obviously Britain's most popular car back in the day. This is on a J plate, so it's a very late one. I think that was the last registration they were made on. So that's looking nice. I like that grey, sort of grey blue colour that it is. Yeah, it's nice. So let's have a bit more of a walk round and see what other cars we've got here. I can see there's some Audis over there. some more Audis over here. Let's have a look at those. We've got a nice 1980s Audi Coupe there. Obviously it's not Quattro because it's not got the flared wheel arches, and like the Quattro, it's a car that looks like it should be a hatchback. And why they didn't make it as an hatchback, I'm not sure. A bit like the Austin Princess. And then we've got another older Audi here. That's a B-plate, so that's from the 60s is this one. I'm not sure what model it is. I'm not great with Audis. It could be 100. There's another Audi here. X-Reg is 81, 82. Yeah, I'm not sure what model that is. Is that 100 as well? Any Audi experts on the channel, let me know. And then here's Mr. Gene Hunt himself with the Audi Quattro that was used in Ashes to Ashes, which isn't actually a V-plate, it's a false registration. Audi Quattros weren't available with right-hand drive until I think 1983, something like that. So when they were first launched in 1980, you could only buy them in left-hand drive. And also, like extra geek points here, the headlights are wrong. They're off a later car. Well, it is a later car, but the headlights would have been different on the earlier cars. So there we go. This is quite interesting. It's Skoda Fabric pickup. It's obviously been converted to electric power. Elmo drive electric. Obviously, well, I would imagine the company that converted it. There's another Quattro there. That's obviously awaiting restoration. Probably still a load of money anyway in that state. Ah, this is, yeah, they're the headlights off the earlier examples. And this is being left on drive. This will be an early example, so it's be like an 80-81 car. I like those green pattern seats in there. Hopefully the camera's picking it up well. Yeah, and there's a, so this is a restored Quattro, and there, yeah, another example of those early style lights. This one's a right-hand drive one, so this is probably one of the earliest examples of a right-hand drive Quattro. Looks great in that silver colour. Now we've got something from a Quattro rally car. We go to a sort of cheap economy car, which looks like Fiat Panda, but isn't actually Fiat Panda. It's what does it say at that one? But this is the earliest design with that sort of half-slatted grille that the really early cars, really early Fiats had as well. It's obviously just got a different badge on it. And, yeah, designed by Giugiaro. Who also designed many exotic cars, but did more mundane stuff as well. That being one of them. Then there's a Fiat Strada, which is an Abarth model. So the performance model in the range. I mean, you didn't see many of these back in the day, because they used to crumble to dust. But this one survived really well. It's in really nice condition. Here's, oh look, one for Mr. Richard Valentini, Fiat Panda. He's got one of those. Beautiful. And Fiat Uno Turbo. These are really rare now. Once again, the Uno had a propensity to dissolve, which means there's few survivors. And a lot of them used to get thrashed as well. And then there's this one here, which I love the look of this. This is nice. Fiat 128 Sport. Enridge, so it's 74.75. Yeah, that's lovely, is that? Looks great in yellow. Yeah, it's right-hand drive as well, so it's an original UK registered car. Then there's more modern classic Fiat Coupe, designed by Chris Bangle. Also did the E90 92 3 Series BMW and the, I think it's the E63 5 Series. Not that sure on the model numbers, but you know, it's the one that came, the 5 Series that came out in 2002. It's my favourite colour for a Fiat Coupe, that dark green, and it's also got tan interior as well, which I think that's the best combo on these cars. Obviously this one's got dreaded lack appeal that a lot of them used to suffer from. But other than that, it looks very solid. So, and then the turbo model there that's obviously in better condition. So go, what's this car here? Oh, it says Zaprazets, I think it's pronounced. Wait a minute. That's how it's written. So yeah, Zaprazets. I don't know, but yeah, it's like an Eastern European car. Does it tell you what country it came from? Ukraine. Go on, here's everybody recognises this one, especially if you're a fan of U2, around 1991. The Trabant. Young guy could buy in East Germany for a while. And a plastic body that had to be ground up to be disposed of. So that's a very early Trabant, and then this one is one of the last on H plate. So that's, yeah, 1991. So it's around the time that U2 did the Acton Baby album. And there's this Jawa moped. I only know that because I read the card on it. Not really a fan of bikes. And then a Velarex cloth covered 3-wheeler. Very interesting motor. We've got this one here, which is Rover, is it a P4? I think it's P4 that, I'm not totally sure. Like I said, I'm not as good with older cars. That's a Morris, but I'm not sure on the model. Probably get people screaming in the comments section about it. I don't know it, but yeah, go easy on me. That's a Volvo, is it 740? Yeah, 740, because it's four-cylinder engine. I remember seeing these on the police camera action programs. Volvo Estate. What year is this one? That is it's an 02 red, so it still looks very modern, but it's actually 20 years old. Is that Volvo? But it still looks fresh, does the styling of it. And then here's a ubiquitous boxy Volvo, the 240 series. 200 series, I mean. This is a 245, which so the 2 is for the 200 series, 4 is for 4-cylinder engine, 5 is for 5 doors because it's in estate. It's on the E plate, so it's 8788. And this is an old Volvo here. This is before they went using a ruler to design all the cars with. So this is a Volvo Pv 444 Deluxe from 1957. And it's, let's see the shine on this paintwork. Lovely. And does everybody recognise this one? Recognise that a certain person who played James Bond used to drive one on the TV. Volvo P1800. There's a few of them here. Yeah, they're all in really nice order. So I love the combination of the sort of off-white exterior and the red interior on this. Lovely combination, that. Lovely lines as well. And then come over to turbo, the G plate. So that's 8990. We've got Saab 99 there. That is P plate, so that's 7576. I love this metallic brown colour that it's in. Really suits that car. Really suits the lines. It's actually coming back on modern cars as well. There's some, I've seen like some Citroen DS models, and you know, the modern DS models, not the classic one, like Fiat 500s and things like that that have started painting them these sort of colours, which is nice. It's more interesting than the, you know, sort of black and silver and white that a lot of cars get painted nowadays. So this is 96 V4. Basically went from being 2-stroke and started using Ford V4 engine, which we found in stuff like the Corsair, Mark 1 Transit. Nice compact unit that fit under the bonnet of the Saab. And then there's this one, which is a, I think it's called a Sonnet, the short-lived sports car that they made. It looked nice, but apparently only had I think it's 35 brake horsepower, something ridiculous like that for what was supposed to be a quick sports car, so a bit of a failure. And then this is how a lot of people remember these Saab 96s that were kind of set up for rallying, with the spots on the front. We've got a Austin A35. Yeah, my car knowledge, I mean, do know a bit about cars, but not everything, unfortunately. I think that's what that is, though. Here's a van version of one as well. And then there's a van body shell. And then there's one that's looks like it's in the middle being restored. So what we got next? We've got a Mark 1 Escort police car. And this is one of my favourite looking cars, Carmen Gear. I think these are lovely looking motors. This one looks kind of like a well used example, this one. Yeah, it looks like it gets driven, you know, it's not a show pony. I like the wheels on this as well. And it's, yeah, look at the steering wheel. It's the funkiest steering wheel I've ever seen. Obviously a nice burgundy and tan interior. Yeah, very nice. This is, oh look at this one for Pete here. I wonder if you've seen this one. It's a Chevy Bel Air. Look, it's even got the tray on that they used to have a like drive through restaurants in the 1950s that served you your food on. I did in America anyway, I don't think they did over here. Oh, that's huge. The size of that thing. So we've got modern Mustang, which yeah, seen a lot of these spin off the road on YouTube videos. Seems to be people buy them that don't know how to handle a powerful car and end up crashing them. It's quite funny. There, what's this one here? We've got VW Corrado. Nice 90s coupe. It's a VR6 version of it. That green one's VR6 as well. Obviously, no, they did a G60 supercharged as well, so I don't know if the VR6 is the fastest, but yeah, a quick one. There's another one there. And this one, I love these cars, but you don't see them around anymore. They're just, these are really rare now. But Mark 1 Sirocco, that's V-Red, so it's 79.80. I love that colour. That metallic red's lovely, it really suits the car. Yeah, and it's, I think it's, yeah, it's got its original dealer plates. By the looks of things. It's a very original car, this one. The interior's immaculate. Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, that's one of my favourites so far. Then this is a replacement, came out in 1982 I think. Second generation, as you can see it's quite a lot longer than the first one. I think it lost a bit of its, became a little bit bloated in the second generation, although I think it still look nice. I prefer the earlier one. That's those, and then, oh look, got here a Matra Marina, or Murina, not Marina. I think we pronounce it Murina. Or is it Murena? I'm not sure. So this is your Talbot Matra on the back of it. It's on a wide plate, so it's 82-83. Really nice bright red paint work on it. Obviously unusual in that it's a three-seater, very quirky French little coupe. It's I think it's either, is it mid-engined or rear-engined? I think it's mid-engined, and it's got the three-seat cross configuration. Very unusual. Look at that, the cloth from the seats is also on the dashboard, which is mad. Love it. Shame they didn't do them in right and drive. And then this one here is the Bagheera, which is actually named after the Jungle Book character. And this was the predecessor to the Marina, that was pronounce it. That red one we looked at earlier. So this one's, what year is this? This is a Bagheera X, which I'm assuming is probably the high performance version of it. It's on NEC plate, and it's got that old sort of digital style number plate that used to be popular in the 80s. Like stuff like that on cars, you know, when you get these old original features on them. Lovely. Nice tartan interior. Like the other car, it's got it on the dashboard as well. And it's the same layout, the same three seats across. So what else is there to look at down in this hall? There's loads to look at. Probably wrap this up after like half an hour. I don't want to, because I'll be ages. I've got people to meet today because it's Saturday. It's when all the Patreon and YouTube fans are going to be, and I'm going to, you know, people are going to want stuff signing. You know, I'm going to just be inundated because, you know, Crazy Chris is such a big pull on the Cortina City channel, you know. I'm not going to be able to get away from people, so I've got to film now before they all turn up. Oh, that's a nice rally Opel man to be. Yeah. Look at those lights. They're amazing. Like that, and another one here. Though this one currently missing the engine. And this one, these are nice. This is a version that you used to see on the road. This hatchback version, you're also coupe as well. But this is a one, this is a very early one. Well, yeah, because it's got the chrome bumpers. It's a T plate, so it's 78, 79. This is a Manta you would have seen, you were bought back in the day. Love these cars. Love those wheels. Those wheels are cage. Yeah, it's got a blue velour interior as well. Nice. Shame the window's not open to film it, but that's all I can give you. But yeah, that's a really nice example. That one, SR model Manta. And then we've got another Manta, wide wheel arches. I think that might have been called a Manta 400. That version, it's got that interesting bonnet on it, like the triangular cutout. There's a two-door Escort. It's a racing one. And then this is a sort of sister car to the Opel Manta, the Vauxhall Cavalier Coupe. So I think it was the first Vauxhall that looked like had the identical bodywork to the Opel version. I'm pretty sure it was this one, because they both got that droop snoot front end. Whereas the Escort there had the square front end, the Cavalier Saloon had this sloping front end. That's looks like an unrestored example, maybe daily driver that one. And then, oh, this is a rare beast indeed. Vauxhall Viceroy. I think they only made them for like about one year, 2 years. Basically, the back end, the rear end is a Vauxhall Carlton, or the Opel version we call the Opel Record. And then the front end was Vauxhall Royale or Opel Senator. A bit of a weird combination. Very rare, didn't even see a lot of these back in the day. It's that grille motif that distinguishes it as a Viceroy. But yeah, that's a very rare car now. I think this was called the Commodore. The Opel model was called the Commodore. Maybe wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Look, here's another car. This is Cleo Williams. Now these are going for silly money now. Really nice example. Obviously they're all painted that colour. You mind? I'm trying to do a YouTube video. Stop revving your car. Yeah, these are going for like crazy money now anyway. It's a really nice example. I think it's Williams 1. I think Williams 2 said Williams 2 on the decals. Once again, correct me if I'm wrong. We've got here Porsche 944. It's a 944 because it's got the more flared wheel arches. It's obviously a restoration project. think look really nice in that colour. I like these period colours such as like metallic gold. It's nice. This is an MG. Not sure what model. MGTC. It's a nice one as well. Original Mini, 1960 model, so it's got the sliding windows, the externally hinged doors, all the early Mini features, different grille. It's amazing when you look at these now compared to what people are buying now, these bloated SUVs, and you know, families used to go on holiday in one of these, you know, with the kids, and they get all the luggage in the car. You know, crazy, isn't it? Crazy indeed. Right then, so we're up to the half-hour mark, so I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to go around in a bit and do a bit more filming. Right, welcome back everybody, and I just realised that Papa is in the barn find section, and I haven't actually filmed the rest of what's in the barn find, because obviously this barn find section, the best barn find gets voted for at the end of the weekend, so I thought I need to film what Papa is up against. So we'll start off with this one because the camera's pointing towards it, which is a Jaguar XJC, so the coupe version of the Jaguar XJ series. This is an American import, as you can tell by them horrid bumpers. Stick out far too much. They spoil the look of the car totally. Hopefully, the person restoring it will put the UK spec bumpers on, the nice thin chrome ones. I think they're also planning to convert it to right-hand drive. Yeah, because it came from a hot climate, the leather interior's fared pretty badly. And it's got all this nice patina on it though. Look at that. Yeah, sunbaked. But yeah, those bumpers are pretty, even more apparent on the front there. They're hideous. Yeah, not nice at all, those bumpers. Shame because the rest of the car's very nice looking. Right. And candidate number 2 is this Escort Gear SI Estate. This nice shade of metallic green. They weren't all that common back in the day, the Gear SI models. This one seems to have survived better than most. I've got a feeling those alloy wheels are wrong. I think they're off a Mark IV Fiesta, but unless they were used on this model as well, I'm not sure. It's got the usual suspect places where it's starting to rot, but it's not too bad. I mean, you see these back in the days where it had no rear wheel arches. It's on an L plate, so I think it's 94 model. Somebody's stuck that badge on for a laugh. Obviously isn't an XR3, I mean. But yeah, it's got yeah, it was sort of slightly sporty version of the gear. It's basically sort of gear trim, but they had these like these wingback seats, the unusual bolsters on them. Interesting. Right, and next up we have a Rover Sd-Wan. This is a 2600. It's on a wide plate, so it's, what year is that, 82. It's a nice colour for these as well. Nice metallic red. Still got a bit of dust on it, looks pretty solid to be honest. We've got a bit of rot on the door bottoms, but not too major. Interior's still in good condition, although it's got the usual bit where the dashboard's lifted. But there's still, by the time this came out, they'd sorted out most of the build quality problems that the earlier cars suffered from. You know, by the time this model came out, it's a facelift model. you know, distinguished by the larger bumpers. They're pretty much sort of the build quality issues out by them. And then you've got this Escort Mark III gear, rear being a 3-door. This, like I mentioned earlier on in the video, I bid on this on eBay when it was for sale a few years ago, didn't get it. Unusual as well, it's a 1.6, because most of the 3-doors are 1.3s. That all looks nice and original. The interior's got lovely raw goodness that a lot of 80s cars have. Yeah, I do like those cars. And then this is a rarity, BMW 1800. I don't think these were all that common back in the day, to be honest. Obviously, people didn't really buy German cars much back in the 60s and 70s. And only like in the 80s they started selling in bigger numbers. It's a 1964 model. I mean, this looks very original. And it's a right-hand drive one, so it's an original UK spec car. Looks like it's been in storage for quite a long time. Look at the seats. Now, let's give that interior a bit of a clean, and it's probably looks as good as the day it left the showroom. Don't think any of the wood's peeling on the dashboard or anything like that. Door cards all look straight. The seats look like they've not been sat on, to be honest, that back one. Yeah, very nice. That'll be a lovely car once it's restored. And then the next contestant is an MG Midget, or is it? Where is it? No, it's an Austin Ld Sprite, but they both use the same body shell, so forgive me for thinking it were a midget in the first place. But yeah, slightly different grille, slightly different badging, but other than that, yeah, the same body. That's a 1966 car. Quite a nice shade of blue. And then we have a van. It's a Hillman Husky. And it looks like it's got no paint left on it. Well, a little bit there. The rest of it is just bare metal that's surface rusted. Quite an interesting look, actually. I think it looked quite good if you just clear coated it, you know, and had it as like a, you know, a bit of a sort of rat look. I think it suits this model. Yeah, it's a Hillman Husky Mark 1. Don't know if I mentioned that already. I'll mention it again if I have. But yeah, that's pretty cool, that. Most of those seats aren't original, they're out of something newer. Next we have an Escort Mexico. This lovely lime green colour. I like it when manufacturers used to paint the cars in interesting colours. Don't know why most don't do it now. Some do. Some have started painting the cars more interesting colours, but it was a lot more commonplace back in the day. This one's a 1972 model. And then one that I mentioned a little bit earlier, the Allegro, 2-door super model. Yeah, this is nice, this one. It's a 1300, so it's got the A-series engine. It's got this nice burgundy vinyl interior, which goes really well with the white paint. Yeah, like that one. This is my second favourite after Papa, of course, but this is my next favourite in this barn find section. Here's one for Sarah Crabtree and Steph. Morris Marine. Obviously they bought many jokes along with the Allegro, but getting quite sought after now. People are realising that they're getting thin on the ground and worth holding on to. And then here we've got a minivan. This one's quite crusty looking. Probably going to need a lot of panels. Yeah. I mean, that wing's pretty crusty, but it'd be interesting to see what happens when you try and open that passenger door. It's an early one because it's got the sliding glass. It's like 1960. So I think that's the first year they made the van version. Yeah, that's an interesting one. This has even more rotten. And then we've got a 1961 Austin Ld Luton van. I had to read the card for that one. If I'd have just seen it without reading that, I wouldn't have known what it was. Not good on vans and commercial vehicles. That's what a company called Hillman Upholstery used it. It's obviously been stuck quite some years. Most of these got scrapped, well, got scrapped in the late 60s, early 70s. What did it say? Folds of Camberwell manufacturing upholsteries. So got the door that hinges downwards, so you can pull stuff to the edge of it and then take it off. Now that's better on that side. Yeah, you can see it better. The sign writing. Folds of Camberwell manufacturing upholsteries. And here we've got a car that took a lot of people to the final resting place. Supposedly 6110 Rs. And this is a good survivor because a lot of Rs has got bang erased. Tended to end up on the oval. So this is a real survivor. It's obviously needs a lot of work doing to it. It's yeah, most of the roof's missing. It's very rough. But yeah, there just can't be a bet. There's single figures of these left, or is this the only one left? Could be the only one remaining. It's got an interesting feature on that side where there's no metal. Yeah, they've just like cut a section of the rear quarter off. Has it been cut off to use as repair panels for other cars, maybe? Who knows? And here's VW Beetle. It's a very early one. Tell by the tail lights. It's pre-63, but I think it's probably from the 50s. Judging by the small rear window there. It's a very early one. This all looks really nice and original. Yeah, that looks... See the interior? That looks like a decent clean up. It coming up pretty good. There's a few problems with the paint, but this actually looks pretty solid. Nice registration, 828 BEV. Where is that? It's in 54 is the Beetle. Right, what's next? We've got this Land Crab, which is a Wolseley version of it, so the posh one. Wolseley 6, so it's, yeah, 6-cylinder engine. This has got a lot of sort of algae on the side, like green patination. Might have been parked under a tree. Don't know. But if it had been parked under a tree, I'd expect it to be a lot more rotten than that. But yeah, quite an interesting one. Yeah, it's even more prominent on this side, is the green on it. Yeah, I'm not sure where that's been stored. I'm going to tell you on this card at the front of it. Just said it was abandoned, it doesn't actually say where. Right, is that all? Oh no, there's a few more. There's a Papa, obviously. No need to really go over that one too much, I see plenty of that on these videos. Right, and this one, it's a Dodge. It's a Dodge, is it a Dodge? Well, it says Sierra on the back there, so I'm assuming it's a Dodge Sierra. It's huge. It's yeah, quite a lot bigger than the Ford Sierra we got in this country. Yeah, quite different looking as well. No jelly molds here. Yeah, this is it's obviously been bumped there. I wonder if that's the reason it got taken off the road in the first place, because of that damage there. We're taking it off to fix it, and just it never happened. Could well be. Yeah, the interior's really suffered. I mean, there's just no, yeah, all the fabric's just disintegrated. Yeah, I'm assuming there was, yeah, I'm assuming that was fabric in the seats, and the vinyls survived, but it's the fabric portion of the seats that have, the fabric's just, yeah, deteriorated and crumbled away over time. Also, don't help that there's no windows in the back of it either. It means damp and stuff can get in. I can see a little bit of the cloth there, yeah. Still surviving on that third row of seats. Right, now is that it for the barn finds? Oh no, there's one I've missed. Well, I've missed the most interesting one. Let's get that one. Look what it is. It's an ice cream van. Was it belong to the KLF? Anybody remember that song? They're justified in the ancient and they drive an ice cream van. Could have been this one. Obviously I have no idea what model it is until I look at that bit at the front. It is, what is it? It's 1949 Jowett Bradford. Wow. That's old. I mean, this must have been stored away for quite some time. I mean, look at the patina on this. This is... That's definitely... This is like a proper barn find. This has been a long time. Does it say how long it's been in storage for? It's only got 28,000 miles on the clock. No, it doesn't really tell you where it was stored, but it's obviously been there a long time. Owned by Cavalier in Chippenham. Yeah, that's great, is that? Yeah, actually, this one's actually got serving hatches on both sides. A lot of them, especially the ones you see now, they've only got them on one side of the van, but yeah, they could go to either side of this and get your ice cream. But yeah, I like this one as well. This is one of the better ones. Yeah, so Papa's got some stiff competition, but we'll see who gets crowned the barn find champ at the end of the weekend. Obviously all the Cortina City YouTube and Patreon fans will be voting for Papa, so hopefully that'll be enough for it to secure first place. We shall have to see. Anyway, my coffee should be ready to drink now, so I'm going to have that and I'll see you all in a little while. So everybody, I'm now at the auction section of the show. I've stood this side of the fence because you've got to pay £10 for a catalogue to actually just to go around and look at the cars, which I think is stupid. So, and I'm a tight git from Yorkshire, so I haven't paid the £10, so I'll have to fill from this side. Probably just pick out a few interesting cars that are sort of close enough to this barrier to film. The auction's currently underway. I can hear stuff being sold. I can't really hear what they're saying, but yeah, stuff is being sold. It's a big Soviet era car. I'm not sure what. Is it a Volga or a Gaz or something like that? I'm not sure. I'm sure people who know about Soviet Union era vehicles might be able to tell me what it is. Some American cars here. It's a Chevrolet. No, because it says so on the grille, but I'm not sure what model. It's a two-door, maybe it's an Impala, don't know. I need Pete here. Pete! Pete! Right, everybody, resume filming. Just got recognised by somebody who watches Pete's channel, and I've just been having a chat with him and took a selfie of us. So that's great. It's great, this being recognised business. I love it. Yeah, so that's back to the cars. Come on, Chris, get your sense sorted out. So this is, that's a Thunderbird, Ford Thunderbird. So I'm not good with American cars, so apologies. And then this is a Ranchero. That's a Ford as well. Yeah, like I said, I really need Pete with me for this section because I'm not good with American motors. That looks like a, I think is it a Pontiac 5 litre. Is it Formula? Is that the name of the car? I don't know. It's from the 80s. L. Oh, look at this one though. I know what this is. This is a Mustang Mach 1. I love that paint job on it. I really like those stripes. That is really cool. Yeah. So it's on the H plate, so that's 71. No, it isn't. H is 6970. And this one here is a. It looks like the Ford Torino, the Starsky and Hutch car, but this is an estate version. That blue colour's nice on it, really suits it. Another Mustang, that one. It's a slightly later one than the last one, the front end's slightly different. It's probably like 71, 72. Looks a bit like the one that got rocks thrown at it in Argentina. Yeah, that's nice, that. That little Alpha Spider there, yeah. Through there, just about to see it. Obviously I'm not walking in there because it's got to buy a programme for 10 quid just to walk around. Rip off merchants. No, just be a quick overview of the auction, to be honest. Not spend too much time on here. It's also getting busy as well. It's quite an interesting one, that XJS. It's a two-tone model. Another XJS. Something's going for 8.5 grand. I don't know what. Well, this must be the Jaguar section. And Mark II Jag. Favourite of bank robbers. Yeah, this is XJS Cabriolet P-Reg. I didn't realise I made them that way. P's 96, 97. It's got to be one of the last ones made, that. And this, that's one that I've bid on if I had the money. BMW 635. Cracking looking cars then. Got the black leather interior as well. That's really nice looking motor, is that? Yeah. D-Reg, so that's 687 is D.
Yeah. We see a coffee house on the way.
Another XJS. Into quite a few XJS's in this auction. It's got the twin headlights instead of the, the sort of lozenge shaped ones what you usually see. There's an example of lozenge shaped ones. Prefer these headlights to the swing rounds. Sure, quite a lot of XJS's. XK8 convertible. Could be an XKR supercharged version. Not sure how you tell. Another one there, an R plate, that's quite an early one. And then we've got Bentley. Premier League footballer's favourite. Some Mercedes convertible there. And Bentley. And then there's people coming in and out. So it's quite busy now, especially around this auction section. There's sort of a bit of an overview of it, you know. But yeah, that's in this corner of the show. So let's take a walk back to Papa and see if there's any of my adoring fans knocking about. Hello everybody, well I've been walking around and I've got back to Papa and we've got a celebrity here. It is lovely Sarah Crabtree from Bangers and Cash. It used to be on Bangers and Cash.
Oh, yeah. Used to be, yeah. She's been freeloaded off.
Yeah.
Now with the Vote Classics.
You've got to be yourself, don't you?
So what do you think of Papa then?
Papa looks like he needs a little bit of work, to be fair.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
I think he'd just take cut out all that lot.
But I think if anyone's capable of doing it,
it's yeah.
it's a Cortina see-through, isn't it?
Yeah, that man over there mainly, not me. I'm just there for comedic purposes in the videos.
He doesn't look like he's capable of a lot when he's sitting like that. But yeah, you can't.
Yeah, once he gets started though, he's like a whirling dervish.
Yeah. Tasmanian devil.
Yeah, but like sorting Cortinas out.
Yeah.
Aye.
I mean, look at him. You just wouldn't think it, would you?
No. So it looks more like a biker, to be honest, in that jacket. Like a 50s biker.
Well, he looks more like a singer from a pop band from the 80s.
Oh yeah, could be that as well, yeah. Yeah, could be an 80s pop star.
Thrusting his groins out. That's like,
Oh yeah.
get close, get really close.
Get really close.
I do worry about you know, sir.
That's a lovely Sarah Crabtree. I'm Crazy Chris and this is my celebrity spotting. See you later.
We don't do
Celebrity spotting.
Right, so another section of the cars, and walking up to Papa, but I thought I've got to film this lot because it's Vauxhalls, my favourites. Start off with a HAV van. Very nice. There's another HC Viva there, a yellow one. HA Viva motorhome, camper. It's a good one. Yeah. It's what you would have gone on holiday in the late 1960s, G plate, 68, 69. Then we've got a Vauxhall Victory State, an FE, that distinctive sloping roof line. This one looks in good condition. It's yeah, the 50th birthday. It's got 50 banners in it. It's 50th birthday of the FE Victor that came out in 1972. That's a nice maroon colour. And then here's another one. Oh, that's actually a Ventura, which was the 6-cylinder version of the Victor. It had, I think those wheels, I think they were only used on the Ventura, I'm not sure. But yeah, I love this metallic red colour. It's actually very similar to the Sienna red on the E46 I've got. Very nice. And then this is a very late model VX490, which was like the performance version. We have the, well, it wasn't called the Victor by this point. On the late models had slightly altered the headlights. The headlights were a bit bigger, and the grille had been altered, so part of the grille were actually on the bonnet, part of the trim were on the bonnet. The T, well, the last registration all made on, discontinued in 1978. That's one of the very last, and yeah, that's lovely, is that? That's one of my favourites I've seen so far. And then we've got a couple of Bedford vans. They've both been modified. This one's still got its original roof line. If you look at this one, it's been really modified. It's had the roof chopped. It's cool, is that? I think they look like Mark II Escort, like the higher spec model square headlights. I'm sure that's what they're of. So any modified car in the 70s had the slot mags and the jacked up rear. Yeah, that's, I'm assuming that's a period modification that was done back in the day. Yeah, that's definitely the very 70s. We've got some more Vauxhalls. Got this lovely Cavalier sports hatch. Yeah, this was the later incarnation of the Cavalier. The first, I think the first 3 years of the Cavalier production, they had a coupe version, and then the sports hatch replaced it. I'm thinking about 1978, something like that. And then we've got a Vauxhall Calibra here. It's really nice. It's black with a cream leather interior. It's a lovely combination. This is my favourite interior option on the Calibra, the cream leather. Come on, Chris, you can do it. This is a later one because it's got the V in the grille. As is this one. This is also a facelift Calibra. This is obviously some kind of special edition. I don't know the name of it, but they always put badges like that on the special edition models, and it's got white BBS alloys. Would they be in factory? I don't know. So the interior's got the same theme as the exterior with the yellow details on the seats. It's very nice. Now we've got another black with cream leather. This is another special edition. Oh, this is a turbo. engine look nice. Engine bay's lovely. That's had a lot of money spent on it. Very nice. So and then we've got this is the area where people can pay and drive cars. So this is the selection of cars I've got. There's a Mustang driving past. Love the sound of V8. But yeah, there's all this sort of exotic you can book a drive in if you've got deep enough pockets. Now we've got a selection of beach buggies. I like this one with a purple flake paint. Oh, look at that, that is bling. Yeah, these are obviously based on VW Beetle mechanicals. You could drive them across sand at like great speeds. I've never driven one, but I imagine they'd be a lot of fun to drive, especially over sand. Yeah, I could imagine it'd be loads of fun. And then in this section we've got some minis. It's a nice shade of orange. Or if you're a Blackpool fan, tangerine. There's a Clubman, one for Sharon. So he's got a lovely Clubman. And then there's some these Etta bubble cars. Yeah, they're not the. No, these are the Etta bubble cars. The mesh smiths were quite different. Then there's this. What is that? I have no idea what that is. It is Frisky Sport. Oh, I've never seen one of those before. And it's tiny, it's like, yeah. It's like something you'd see in Toy Town with Noddy. But yeah, 1957 Frisky Sport. And that looks like the body shell out. Yeah, that's a body shell in Frisky Sport. And then, oh, there's another one here. Very unusual cars. It's another really unusual car. No idea what that is. I think this is a Frisky Sprint. Like I said, not cars I'm familiar with. It looks like some out of the Jetsons. Right, there we go, there's Mr. Ian Seabrook, aka Hubnut's favourite cars, Citroen 2 CVs. There's two really nice examples there. Like this one with the funky striped seats. Yeah, love a bit of that. And then this one, this blue one, it's got more sombre, kind of tan, sort of brown coloured interior. And this one that's obviously got a lot of patina on it. No front wings. Oh, no front wing on that side. Let's access the engine very easy. And then this is a left-hand drive example. Looks like it's been used as an ambulance or something. No, I don't know. I don't know what that writing on the door means. We've got some more minis. We've got classic minis there. And some modern ones here, which are now 20 years old. Well, 21 years this year since that shape mini went on sale. This is quite a rare one because it's on a Y plate, which only the very early minis were on. Most started on a 51 plate, but there were some pre-production models that were registered on the Y plate, and Mini Owners Club even have a special section of the club called the Y Register, which is just dedicated to those on a Y plate. Matt Richardson from Furious Driving has got one. Obviously, if you watch his videos, you'll be familiar with that one. So, what are these? Some sort of kit car. Midas Gold Mark III Coupe. It's interesting. It's obviously some sort of kit car. It's got Cavalier Mark II rear lights. What else? What other parts can we see from other cars? Just that so far. Thinking that electronic vent off a Rover Metro. Might be, I don't know. What cars I'm overly familiar with? That's a Midas Mark II Coupe. That's got door handles that were used on various Fords at the time. Mark I Fiesta, Mark III Escort, Mark II Granada, Mark 4.5 Cortina. What's the lights on this out of? TR7. TR7 rear lights. And this is another Midas. What are those handles off? I'm not sure, they're definitely from another car. Headlights look a bit like Corsa B ones. That's a Mark IV Cortez. Yeah, them door handles look familiar, and I'm just probably when I have a think about it, I'll remember what they're off. But yeah, quite nice kit cars that you can build up yourself. And obviously, a lot of parts bin, parts of other cars, because it's obviously too expensive for these kit car manufacturers to make their own, like door handles and stuff. It's far easier to just get them off an existing car. Right, so what we've got next? Wrap this section up with these Renaults here, because I'm running out of batteries. Battery's only at 10%. I need to go to the loo, and I need a beer. So I'll wrap this section up with these Renaults. This is a Renault 19, once they really come out on the roads, you don't see them anymore. It's a GTS model. It's weird because it's got a French reg on it, but it's right-hand drive. Not sure why that is, unless they've just, it's a UK car and they've just stuck a French plate on for the show. Could be that. Renault Five, another once common car that you never see anymore. It's pretty much disappeared. It's a A-Reg, so it's 83, 84. So one of the later ones. It's a Renault 21. Once again, you don't see any of these cars at all now. I mean, these disappeared off the road a long time ago. Don't tend to see them at shows nowadays. And this is my favourite out of the Renaults, the 25. I think these look really nice styling on these. I like the wraparound rear window. Really nice, comfy car. I've never driven one. I've been a passenger in one. Well, yeah, like I said, just wafted along the road. Really smooth, comfortable, quiet. At one point there were a hell of a lot of car for the money because you could pick them up from peanuts back in the day. They pretty much disappeared. Which battery have I got? Like 10 still. I filmed this. This is a nice one. Porsche 928 T-plate, so it's a very early model, 78, 79. You can tell it's an early model because it's got chrome trim on the rear windows there, and there's no later models got side rubbing strip. It's also got the teledial alloys. I think of my favourite alloys on the 928. All those S2 alloys are nice and all. Yeah, it's not got the mad passion fabric trim, it's got leather in it. What's this? Which is, I think it's an MGA. It's I like the colour of it, it's sort of silver, but it's sort of like a champagne. I don't know if it's silver, it's like a champagne gold colour. It goes really well with that interior. Right, let's keep having a walk around until the battery dies. I've got spare batteries so I can swap them over. I'm just walking and heading for Papa and filming what I can. Oh look, it's David Hasselhoff's Jensen Interceptor. Is the Hoff knocking about? I didn't realise the Hoff were here today. Surprised I haven't brought kit and all.
It's like the same height as Lewis, but it's smaller legs.
He might bump into me and say that he recognised me from being in Pete's videos. You know, because Cortina City does have some celebrity fans. I think the Hoff's got to be a fan of Cortina City, hasn't he? He's got to be. So I think I filmed some of this earlier. This is like a little overview of what's there. It's, you know, you can sort of give you an idea of the size of it. You know, kind of taking the purpose of this video is to try and, you know, give you an idea of what it's like to be at the show if you've never been, or, you know, give you, you know, make you feel like you've been to the show, even though you haven't been to the show. You've been, you know, unable to get down because of your skin, or you're working, or you live too far away, you know, because it's quite expensive getting, because you've got to get down here, you've got accommodation, you know, you've got to pay for stuff, beer's not cheap, food's not cheap, you know, so you've got to plan in advance. I always plan in advance anyway, make sure I've got enough money to come to these shows, especially if I'm coming for the entire weekend. But enough waffle from me about that. It's the cars you want to look at, and look at this one. Vanden Pla Allegro. Absolutely love these. They're just so, well, what would you say? So bad they're good. That ridiculous Rolls Royce grill there, Austin Allegro, but yeah. It's just, I think this is the best colour for it. I think it was called Denim Blue. This is a 76 example. But yeah, I always thought this was the best colour for a Vanden Pla. It was never actually marketed as a Vanden Pla, as an Allegro, sorry, it was just called the Vanden Pla 1500. But obviously it got the full Vanden Pla treatment, lovely wooden dashboard, really nice leather seats, really good quality leather. Obviously, pièce de résistance, the picnic tables in the back. How cool's that? No, obviously, vinyl roof costs 1970s. You know, these nice Vanden Pla wheel trims. Yeah, this is, I think this is a British Leyland car I would most like to own. If we're going to have any British Leyland car, this is what I'd want. Because, like I said, it looks so ridiculous, but it's cool. And then there's a Mark II pre-facelift Corrado, 2.8 gear. Don't see a lot of these about because of brutes like Jason Hughes and Richard Valentini banger racing them back in the day. so they all pretty much disappeared off the face of the earth, or died round banger tracks. This is Ford Cortina Mark 1, 4-door Deluxe. Well, look what we've got here. This is unusual. It's a camper, but it's a mini. It's a mini camper, mini clubman camper. Now, that's one for our friend Sharon. If only she could be here to see it. But wait a minute, she is! So is this your favourite car of the show so far then?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite cute little. Yeah, it's even got the red furry seat covers. Yeah, do you approve of those? It's got the period furry seat covers. What's the back like? Oh, it's they've even carried it on into the back. Oh wow. It's like dinky, isn't it? Yeah, it's quite nice.
It's cute.
You wouldn't have thought you could make a like camper out of a mini, would you? Right. Right then. So it's now 5:30 on the Saturday. Crowds are starting to thin out, everybody's starting to go home. I can film a bit more stuff because it's quiet and you're getting less people walking in front of the camera or walking into you. And here we've got Volvo. I think it's a 360, I can't remember it, but 340 with the hatchback. What's this one? Oh no, this one badges a 340 as well. I always thought Saloons had a different name. This is 360, so it's got a bigger engine in it. But yeah, these ones come out on the roads and you know, they're pretty much disappeared. Originally derived from a DAF design. It's Volvo kind of perfected over the years. And then this is a classic one, the Volvo Amazon. This is a classic Volvo that everybody loves. 2-door as well, which is my preferred body style. Yeah, lovely. So here we go, some American muscle for P, which is a Dodge. I'm sure it's a Dodge. Is it a Dodge Ram? Is that what the big pickup's called? It says Dodge 100. Like I said, I'm crap with American stuff, so you know, someone can help me out in the comments. And then the Ford Popular Hot Rod. Slightly modified. It's got a massive V8 engine in it, and it's got the front that just detaches so you can get access to the engine easily. Pretty sure that's like a drag car. You know, big back wheels, skinny front wheels. The Great Barbarian. And over here we've got Ford Probe. This is actually a Mazda design, which rebadged as a Ford. So a joint partnership between Mazda and Ford. It also they also brought out the Mazda 121, which was basically a rebadged Mark IV Ford Fiesta. This one's nice. It's like in a sort of lilac shade. I do like that. It's got the leather interior, which is much nicer than the cloth one. Then we've got this bad boy. Oh yeah, E30 Bmw. Lovely. 325i. This is nice. I always like the multi-spoke alloys on the E30. I thought they really suited them, but look at that interior. Oh yeah. Yeah, burgundy livery car interior. Now that's definitely one that I'll definitely have that car. Probably couldn't afford it, but you know. Number plate should say AMVY, envy. Because I've got envy, because I want that car. Then there's a Nissan Bluebird Executive. You've got the executive stripes. These must be rare as all now. I think this could be like a festival in an exceptional winner. Definitely, there must be about the single numbers of them remaining. Can't remember the last time I saw one of those. Well, not a Bluebird, but an executive version of it. Then we've got a VW Golf Cabriolet, or Rabbit as we're called in America. Not sure why they wanted to name it after a sex toy, but there you go. That one's on a K plate, which is actually, it's on a K plate and it's a Mark 1 shape, but on a K reg we were onto the Mark 3 Golf by that point. In the, you know, the hatchback version, it was on, it were onto the Mark 3 shape. Mark 3 shape started on the J reg, so they were still making a cabriolet, a convertible from two generations ago, which is mad. And here we go, Allegro 1300, super. A lovely shade of mustard yellow, very period 1970s colour, very nice indeed. Yeah, I think this is a Series 2 because of the grille design. And then we've got Lotus Cortina Mark 2. Obviously not as iconic as the Mark 1, but these are fetching good money now though. I think people have got onto them now because, well, probably because the Mark 1's just out of reach for a lot of people, so you know, that's what usually happens, isn't it? The older versions get out of reach and then the newer versions suddenly start becoming collectible. MG Metro there, G-Reg. It's one of the late Austin Rover designs before we went over to being the Rover Metro. Mazda MX-5. It's got lovely Nardi steering wheel, wooden rim. Goes really well in that car. Red interior as well, which I really do like red interiors. So detailing on the engine bays, lovely. It's got 2 litre 16 valve, well, it's got some sort of 16 valve engine in it. Not sure what it's out of. I don't think the MX-5's had that engine as standard. I don't know. Somebody could enlighten me. Looks like it's got, has it got turbo on it? I don't know. And then this is lovely. Look at that A-type. Look how nice that is. That's just like art. It's just like a piece of art, isn't it? Look at it. How lovely that is. That must... Oh, shouldn't think how that much is worth, but... How much that's worth, sorry. But I love that shade of grey on it. It really suits it. Look at... brings out the lines. Very nice indeed. Series 1 because it's got the headlight covers on it. Yeah. Oh, I mean the E-Type when it came out, it must have seemed like it was from another planet. And then we've got an Escort Rs 1600i. Oh, no, wait a minute. Rs 1600T? Where is this strange creation? Oh, it says 1600T on the sides as well. Is it a homebrew jobby? It's got an XR3 interior. It's got an Rs 1600R steering wheel, but I don't know, I've got a feeling it's a homebrew turbo. I've got a feeling it started out life as an XR3 and they've put a turbo on the XR3 engine and badged it as an Rs 1600T. What does it say on here? Ah, XR3 turbo, there we go. Now we've got another piece of French insanity. Clio V6. Now these cars are serious money now. But I mean, bonkers. Took a Renault Clio, ripped the engine out of the front of the car, and then stuck a V6 engine in the middle of it. I mean, I'd love to drive one. I would love to drive one of these. I bet it's absolutely bonkers. But yeah, I would, yeah, I bet it'd be fun. A lot of fun. Here's a Mark 1 Escort. It's 4-door, it's had the rear handles smoothed out. It says 1800XL. I don't think there were ever a Mark 1 1800XL, that's obviously homebrew. Got a Zetec engine out of focus in it. Done a very nice job of it anyway. You know, the standard of all these cars is nice. Here's a Capri Mark III, Black Beauty. That's a Cosworth conversion. Look how shiny everything in the engine bay is. And the amount of time and attention that's spent on these cars is just insane. You know, this is somebody's passion project. It's, you know, a labour of love. You know, I'm never going to make money on these cars. They're doing this because this is the ultimate spec of the car they want. You know, somebody's obviously wanted a Capri with a Cosworth engine and, you know, custom interior and, you know, the attention to detail is brilliant. Look at that badge. Cosworth. Kind of looks factory, doesn't it? Then we've got Sleeker. Don't ask me to what generation this is. It's a 1990s one. So according to that plaque, it's a 1998. So I think they made this one till about 2000. Then we've got, is this an MG Midget or a Sprite? I think it's a Midget. I think the grill, yeah, the grill. It's a Midget. And it's for a while in the 70s I made them with round rear wheel arches rather than the squared off ones. That's what that got. Another one for Pete. Mustang Mach 1. Second one we've seen, no, the third one we've seen today. That interior, that's just like, wow. They're saying they don't make them like that anymore. That's lovely. I'm not really a fan of American cars, but no, I've got to admit that does look nice. Yeah, very good. Right, and then I think to round this video off, because it's 20 to 6 now and everybody will be wondering where I am. Now I want to go for a pint. So we've got Max's, but this Max in particular, this is exactly like the Maxi my parents had when I was a kid. It were in this brown colour, it were on a T-plate. Yeah, it's or is it the same? Wait a minute, outside is, yeah, I think outside it's the same, but there's had a cloth interior. This is vinyl, I'm sure it had a sort of a low type cloth interior, but it's got the same. Remember the wooden dashboard? I remember the fact that, you know, when you're 6 years old, the back of one of these things is enormous. And there's a Maxi 2. This is the sort of facelifted version with the bigger bumpers in a really striking shady yellow there. That's I don't know what size engine's in it, sorry. It's obviously not an A series, I'm assuming it's like a 1500 or 1750. Then we've got Morris Marina van. That one looks like a workhorse. Obviously looks like it's undergoing some sort of restoration. And there's one for Sarah Crabtree, Morris Ital. Look what you could have won on Bullseye. And then this is nice. It's a Morris Marina van. I always thought the Marina looked better as a van than it did as a saloon or a coupe. It really suited. I've always thought it really suited being done as a van. Yeah, I thought it looked nice as a van. And this is a really clean example. I mean, most of these we got scrapped years and years ago, but this one's still alive and kicking. And then there's another Maxi on an S plate, so 778. Ah, this one more. Right, now this one more like the interior that my parents' car had. Yeah, it had that interior, but it was that poo brown colour. You know, if anybody knows what the shade of that brown's actually called, to me it's called poo brown, and always will be, because that's what I called it when I was a kid. But yeah, that's it definitely had that interior with the velour seats. That one's nice. I really like that sort of terracotta colour of this one. Yeah, very good. But then, finish this section on this one. This is interesting. Because they've basically sort of pointed out everything that's wrong with the car. On the car they've got, like, you know, marker pens and said window sills with curly ends. Is that saying what it should have, or is that saying what it has got? Who knows? Any Maxi experts? Steph? Sills and floor panels rust. Yeah, they have got rust on them. Door bottoms, especially the right hand side. Well, yeah, the right hand side of that back door has got plenty of crust. So what else we got? Trailing edge. Yeah, that appears to be
yeah, but the lack of
appears to be a bit frilly. Rust on the headlights around. Well, you had that with a lot of 70s cars because they didn't have wheel arch liners, so all the muck got thrown into the area behind the headlights. Side light an indicator. Is that saying it needs a new one, or is that saying that's what it is? I don't know. Ah, so it's a Maxi buyer's guide actually on the car. Bit of dented and rusted brightwork. Some circuit brake servos, that's obviously what it's got.
That's actually not a rivet, it's a welded strip.
Clutch slip equals primary gear oil surface.
Yeah, it sticks through.
Metallastic
A lot of the
engine
time the
mount.
diaphragm does miss that.
Some carbon
Not the
exhaust
diaphragm
manifold.
misses that, but the bottom lead
Oil leaks come as standard.
with the top diaphragm
Wow.
tends to go up lopsided and misses that.
That's good, isn't it? Knowing that your car comes with oil leaks as standard, you don't have to pay for it as an optional extra. Marvellous. Yeah. Backseat sun damage, especially Series 2. Well, yeah, loads of cars have backseat sun damage. Petrol tank rust. Yeah, that's pretty much every car that was ever made, because all the muck goes behind the filler and rots the panel out. Yeah, rusting suspension mount. Remember, that's a bit more of a serious problem. Yeah, very interesting. I think that's a good point to finish this section of the video. See you all in a bit. Right, hello everybody once again, and it's end of day 2 at the NEC. Been quite an interesting day today. Quite a few people recognise me from Pete's videos. I was stood like filming the cars in the auction. Somebody shouted, "Hey Chris, when you having another burger?" And turned round and yeah, we were fan of Cortina City channel, so that was, yeah, that was probably, well, one of the highlights of the day. There's been loads of highlights. I met Sharon and John. long time watchers of the channel, good friends of mine. Cider Andy, the legend that is Cider Andy. And loads of other people. Rick Holmes, who's a long time Patreon contributor to, you know, Cortina City. So yeah, very good day in all. Had quite a bit more to drink today. I'm still drinking because it brewed not so. So yeah, I'm not eating all day. I'm starving. So I'll have to phone Snoop Dogg and his mates up. Somebody said just eat.
It's not take 4.